All right, everybody. So, very interesting month, I guess. Today is April 5th. This is going to be the first comic book Wednesday of the month whenever this video comes out, whether that be today or tomorrow. And lackluster is the word I can use. Now, there's some ongoings that are still good, like Power Rangers, Thor, Daredevil. Those are just the ones I'm reading. There's plenty of other ongoing books that I'm sure plenty of you are reading, but King in Black is over. Pretty sure, or it's about to end. I didn't see a King in Black when I was flipping through here. I couldn't remember if 5 had come out yet or not. Venom 35 is still a month away, and Future State's over. Of course, the stuff that started spawning out of that in March, still going to be ongoing. But I was looking like, what's the book? What's the book of the month? Like we had Berserker and Noctera, which were super hyped, and the ongoings were still good. And I'm just looking around like, okay, let's take a look here, right? What are we getting excited for? Way of X, that's a number one, I guess. Radiant Black's going to keep going. Carnage is going to keep going. Spider-Man, Walking Dead, all this still ongoing. Here's another Power Ranger. Stray Dogs has been kind of hyped throughout its little run it's got going on here. Let's see, anything else good? We got, the Trials of Ultraman. Here's a Batman Fortnite, I guess. I Walk with Monsters is still going. But what number one is really jumping out to you? There's a Scooby-Doo. Godzilla. Let's see. I did pull up a Godzilla right here. This does not look at all like it would coincide with the movie release that just came out. This looks like a more kid-friendly version, and maybe that's why it's by IDW. Per usual, if you feel like reading any of these, feel free to pause and read at your own leisure. Yeah, I knew this got messed up. Look, up here it says... What in the world? Okay. Because I was going to say, there were some cool indies April 7th, but that... And then it kind of dies down a little bit. So, I think this is one of the better weeks for the month. I think we're going to hit the ground running. There's King in Black number 5. Somehow I did not see that. So, King in Black number 5. There we go. Venom 34. So, the Donny Cates stuff is winding down. We're going to have Star Wars High Republic. We got Noctera, Swamp Thing, Joker, and Harley. As you guys can see, a lot of good ongoings. Firepower still going. Far Sector, the new Suicide Squad run, Walking Dead still going on. The High Republic Adventures. I have not really read American Chavez. I don't know the entire hype. I don't know if there's a Disney Plus or what. People have been specking all around this, so there you go. Magic the Gathering number 1. How can we forget that, right? Dead Dogs Bites, another indie that's kind of been hyped up during its little run that it's had going on. I thought we had more number 1s this week. The Resistance Uprising, so Resistance still going on. Here we go. Locust and Project Patron. I did want to highlight these. Again, here you go. I might actually read this one a little bit since I am highlighting it. Basically, the patron is, I guess, kind of like Superman. I don't know if this is an old series or what, but basically, he died, and the people are led to believe that he survived the fight, but he's actually just been replaced by a robot version of himself. This sounded interesting. I felt like highlighting it. Locust number 1 is probably the pick of the month as far as indie number 1s go. You guys tell me if I'm wrong. The cover art kind of gives me pause for the interior art, but the story, most of humanity has fallen victim to a terrible plague that has turned them into giant locusts, a la God of War. Not God of War, Gears of War. As the locusts consume the earth, the uninfected survivors struggle to stay alive. During the great transformation, a fisherman and his elderly mother try to escape the decimated New York City. Can they survive? There may be better books as we go along, but this one really caught my interest. Kind of a Walking Dead meets Gears of War meets I Am Legend, which I am fond of most of those things. So right now, those are kind of my two highlights as the month goes on. But if I'm missing anything, I don't really have all the time in the world to sit here and talk about every number one. Death by Life we highlighted last month, so that must have got pushed back. Just some other number ones that are coming out April 7th. Feel free to pause and, read again at your leisure. Pure, not sure exactly. Let me just throw this one up here for you guys. There you go. Feel free to read it. Let me kind of close out of the ones that we've gone over. Go ahead. Feel free to pause if you would like. Here's Duplicate. I feel like this book was supposed to come out last month also. Maybe I'm wrong about that. And Freak Show Night. Those are some of the number ones. I'll throw up this one also. The film Night of the Living Dead changed yada yada. The Sun. Wow, okay. That's kind of cool. Alright, moving on. Another solid week. We get Daredevil, we get Thor, Batman, the Detective. I don't know if I pulled this one up already. I did. An epic tale begins that will take Batman on a harrowing, action-packed European adventure in a new miniseries by superstar creators Tom Taylor and Andy Kubert. A horrific tragedy in the United Kingdom sends a very personal and deadly message to the Dark Knight, one that will draw Batman out of Gotham to investigate. Could be good. You guys tell me if this is something you're excited about. Let's see what else we got going on this week. Some more Star Wars Bounty Hunter, Nonstop Spider-Man, and of course we get Spider-Man Shadow number 1. What if Peter Parker became Venom? Peter Parker once put on an alien suit that nearly destroyed his life, but what if he had never taken it off? Ignoring every warning, Spidey embraces the dark symbiote. Haunted by terrible nightmares and exhausted by the endless barrage of bad guys, Peter can't seem to catch a break these days. So when the Hobgoblin attacks, he finds a hero at the end of his ropes. Chip Zdarsky is writing it. So, pretty interesting, right? Chip Zdarsky does Daredevil, and he's doing Stillwater. So that one I may pick up number 1 at least. Again, we got some ongoings. Homesick Pilots is still kicking. Mighty Morphin's still going doing its thing. Challenge of the Super Sons. I guess if I really wanted some more Robin, I could pick that up. Darkhawk. Okay, I missed this. They're bringing Darkhawk back. Celebrate the 30th anniversary of the 90s hottest hero in 3 spectacular stories. Okay. Finally, some more Darkhawk. That's what I'm saying. Was Darkhawk really the hottest hero of the 90s? You'd expect marketing to hype the product, but that seems like a stretch to me. I have a pretty big run of Darkhawk. I may have to do a video over that. Yeah, was anything else coming out this week? I mean, obviously, but I'm not. Like I said, I'm not clicking on everything. Here we go. Lock and Key, the Sandman universe. So there's gonna be a new number 1 with writer Neil Gaiman and writer Joe Hill. So look at that. Probably gonna be up Jessica's alley, if I had to guess. Home number 1. When a young boy is torn away from his mother while seeking asylum at a U.S. border, something begins to change in him, and it isn't just the trauma, anxiety, and guilt you'd expect. He doesn't know it yet, but he's on the onset of superhuman abilities that will change his life forever. Again, the art doesn't inspire confidence, but hey, seems like something that could randomly be optioned in the future. Speaking of being optioned in the future, Kanto and the City of Giants number 1. There's a lot of hype around Kanto right now. I think it got optioned, so if you missed out on some of the earlier Kanto storylines, maybe you want to jump in there. Phantom of the Scan number 1. I clicked on this because this looked like Keanu Reeves, and I'm like, is that just what we're doing now? We're just putting Keanu Reeves on covers? 20 years ago, a comet fell to Earth. Since that night, Matthew has been haunted by a spirit that gives him incredible psychic abilities, But these abilities come with a price. A payment is due. Every time Matthew uses his gift, he draws closer to death and other psychics, all of whom gained their powers on the night the comet fell, and dying in the most horrible of ways. To save himself, Matthew gathers a group of psychics to solve the mystery of their powers before it's too late. Sounds pretty interesting, right? Man, Goat, and Bunny Man. I don't know. I don't know. If you want to read it, here you go. We already went over Godzilla. So now we'll hop over into next week. Again, you know, you got your popular titles that are still going to be ongoing. And we've already seen this, right? So here's Radiant Black, Carnage, Spider-Woman, Walking Dead, Champions, Haha number 4, Stray Dogs. It definitely is not a weak month. And as we've gone on, I have found some hidden gems, I think. I just haven't seen anybody hyping up any books. Like, what books are we hyping up this month? I've definitely seen some cool ones. I didn't know Jessica loves anything Alice in Wonderland. Not saying this is Alice in Wonderland, but yeah, I don't know. Feel free to check it out. After learning of the Deadly League of Lazarus tournament, Damian Wayne has a new mission: to win the tournament and to prove he is the greatest fighter in the DC universe. But first, he must find the secret island where the tournament is being held. Again, hyped. There we go. It's Robin. I do like Robin. He's one of my favorite DC characters. I may just pick this up. Because it's Robin, right? Was there anything else this week? I Walk with Monsters. Like I said, we kind of already looked at this because it got it all mixed up for some reason. So we'll go ahead and hop over to the last week of the month. We only get 4 this month. Department of Truth. This book has Zac Efron on it for some reason. Crossovers, which is one of my favorite things I'm reading. Berserker 2. I already highlighted Robin. Some other fan favorite like Once in a Future. Teen Titans Academy, of course. I haven't made it up to Epicos to pick up my copy of number 1. It's driving me crazy. Silk still going on. You get the Marvels number 1. Spider-Man Curse of the Man thing. So, I mean, Marvel and DC, they do have some number 1s. And there's lots of indie books still ongoing. So you guys will have to let me know what's the best. What is the indie book you think is going to be the best or hyped that's coming out this month? Star Wars The Empire Strikes Back, the 40th anniversary covers by Chris Sprouse. Not sure what this is about. So what is this exactly? Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm confused. Yeah, let me know what you guys think are going to be some of the best books of the month. I definitely think Phantom of the Scan, Project Patron, and the Locust have good shots. They sound really good. So outside of that, let me know. Is there anything I missed? I don't know. Like I always say, I'm trying to tone back buying comics, so I'm trying not to get hyped for every book that's coming out. But I do like picking up the occasional number 1, seeing if it's good, because crossovers has been one of my favorite things I've read. Decorum was really good, so I'm always down to pick up new number 1s. But I'm gonna go. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.